welcome back to the weekly Forex, guys. The first weekly Forex outlook that I'm doing 2025. It's a new trading year. And things are setting up. Things are setting up nice. Last week, we had some movement in the market, more movement than I anticipated surrounded all the holidays and everything. But we can see here, this is NFP week. All right. We have NFP Friday, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate, employment change, and unemployment rate for CAD as well. But we have some news coming in Monday, Euro CPI, CHF CPI Tuesday, job openings, PMI services and everything on Tuesday. So it's going to be interesting to see how things open up, right? Because normally things are setting up for NFP. But all we can do is just react to what price is giving us and go from there, all right? So starting with the DXY, the DXY continued bullish last week, as you can see here on the daily chart. We broke above, no, this is the weekly chart actually. We broke above this major level, all right, this top. All right, so we had a strong close above. It looked like we could be heading up towards these highs of supply. All right, so it's going to be interesting to see how things play this week with NFP. This is also a major month because we have the presidential inauguration. I believe it's January 20th. So let's see how the markets play out. But here, from this perspective, even on the daily, DXY is showing bullish signs. So I'm interested to see how price is going to play here because we are pulling back. I would look at an area like this, maybe you could say previous structure high, like from this perspective, right? Possibly come back and retest somewhere around here, right? That's the area I would look for potentially. But we are getting a pullback, but I'm still leaning towards buys or bullish pressure coming into DXY. So maybe on this pullback, we could see DXY continue to the upside. So I will be monitoring that. Also looking at the yen index. So caught some nice moves last week on yen pairs. And we can see after that big sell-off from here, price has reached this level of support where we had a bounce from. So here on the weekly, we just closed bullish engulfing. All right, so we're finding some support at this level. You see here on the daily, it also printed like this morning star type pattern, strong bullish close, similar to the price pressure we saw over here. So I'm still looking for potentially another wave up on the yen. Really, I would want to see this higher low right here, right? I would want to see this higher low shift in structure to hold. All right, so on this pullback, I would like to see that to hold and continue to the upside. If we can hold that, then I do like for continued dumps on the JPY pairs. So we're going to take a look at a few. All right, looking at GU. So if we look at GU, all right, it just broke below a major psychological level of 1.25. We see here on the weekly, we got a strong close below, but we are in an interesting area. All right, a break or bounce area really, but because we are pushing down towards where price had a major rise, basically around 1.23 psychological level, where price had a major pump in the past. All right, so I'm going to be mindful of that level. Even looking over here to the left, we got that same type of price action within here, right? So even if you want to take this way over here as well, this is a level, or within this level, that price could find some type of support. All right, but in the meantime, looking at the daily, it's still bearish. It's still bearish. So even here on the daily, we had a nice break of structure. All right, so I'm leaning towards us potentially getting another wave down here on GU. So on this pullback, right, on this pullback, I would look for a potential opportunity for price to set up for that next wave down. Same thing with EU, EURUSD. So if we look at EU, EU also had a strong close here on the weekly, and we could see price started closing below these major levels of demand, right? And now we got a break of structure here. So if we go down to the daily, we just broke below structure. Nice daily close below structure. So seeing that for me is usually a strong indication that we're likely to see another wave down. But we just got to see how things play because it is a lot of news this week. So we could have some potential manipulation. But in the meantime, you know, I like to take my chances just trading in line with structure. All right. So from this perspective, Price is pulling back now. All right. So on this pullback, we could set up for another potential wave on this pullback or retest. All right. So that's what I would look for on EURUSD. All right. So looking at GJ, GJ gave a strong dump. Like I caught some of this move. I wasn't at that high. I caught some of it. I wasn't anticipating such a big fall, but that's what it gave us. Like basically topped out around this level of supply. This same area you see here, we had a strong rejection, and then it pulled back up, double topped out, and had a big fall. So now we see the daily got a strong rejection, and if we look at this on the weekly, we got an engulfing candle. So to me, from a price action perspective, it looks like we could be setting up for another wave down. All right. So from this perspective, if I go down to doing a top-down analysis, we go down now to the 4-hour real quick. Let me adjust this. And on this pullback that's coming, this could be setting up for another opportunity to go short. All right. Possibly retest within these levels, maybe a little higher, but overall, that could be setting up for that wave. All right, looking at EJ, same thing. You look at the weekly, we also pulled into major supply. All right, looking to the left, this is a previous level of support, turn resistance. So we got a strong rejection from that level, engulfing candle on the weekly. Break this down to the daily, same thing. This gave a big dump from this same level, right? The same level that it fell from here in the past. Printed this evening star and just gave a big continued dump. So now on the daily, where price is currently at, we did break below structure. If you see, we got some support structure here that eventually turned resistance on a break and retest. So we're here again. So we just got to break below that. Now on this pullback, I will be looking for another potential wave down. All right. And something I can do here as well is I could take this trend line, right? There. Also, I could even take one here. Nah, I wouldn't go with that one. So technically, we got a trend line break. So really on this pullback, right, within this levels of structure, maybe possibly a little bit higher of a move, but I would look for this to set up for another wave down. Ideally, I would like for this to stay below this daily candle. All right, so that will if we break above that, then that would invalidate any sales. All right, but from this perspective on the pullback, set up for potential another wave down. Looking at GBPNZD real quick, just because he's set up for some nice moves on the daily and a 4-hour. So we see here on the daily, it's been in an uptrend, but now we just shifted out with this double top. All right, basically this double top up here, and we just broke below the neckline structure, but also we got a nice engulfing candle on the daily. So it's still a sign that we're likely to continue down. We also see here on the weekly, bearish engulfing. So this is how you do a top-down analysis for where price could potentially go. But it's also important to know, like when you're trading like NZD, USD, it normally trades inverse of GN, so with NFP or what the dollar is going to do could have a direct impact on these pairs as well. So keep that in mind. But from a technical perspective, normally where price is at now on this retest, I would like to look for a potential wave down. We could see price continue from there. Now, if price break above here, then it could possibly set up for a bigger pullback first, because this is a real big daily candle. So price could potentially pull back a little higher first. Same thing on EURNZD. So if you look from the perspective of EURNZD, we also have a nice engulfing candle, really a type evening star on the weekly. All right. And then if we look at the daily, nice engulfing candle on the daily, looking to the left. All right, we closing back below this strong supply level. All right, so everything from a technical perspective, barring any manipulation, is showing sales. It's showing that the sellers are in control. So really from this perspective, on the pullback, I would say look for an opportunity to continue to go short. So you see we're getting a pullback now, maybe possibly a little higher, maybe a retest to set up for another wave down. That's what I would look for on Euro. All right, looking at GBPAUD. This was also a nice setup. All right. If we look at the daily, strong engulfing candle, strong engulfing candles. This setup is similar to GN. Weekly, nice engulfing candle, right? So top-down analysis is showing sales. So if you look here on the 4-hour, we got a break below this level of structure. Break below structure, right? This was a top here in the past. So from a technical perspective, I'd like to see a retest. So on this retest, this could be opportunity to catch the next wave down. Euro AUD, same thing. All right, we look at this. Here on the weekly, we got an engulfing candle from this level of supply. Always look left to go right, right? Price fell, strong fall from there in the past. So now we got an engulfing candle, a good sign of sellers taking control. On the daily, we got a strong evening star. It's crazy. I was looking up here and I was anticipating a sell to come, especially with this bearish engulfing type candle played out. Looking at the daily, because looking to the left, that was a major top and we got a big dump. So now where price is at, we did break below structure, because if we look to the left, right, we look to the left, this was a top in the past. Supply top here, supply top there, right? So we just broke below there. And this is how you identify structure levels. So with strong closes below, we look to trade in that direction. So we did break below here. So now it's pulling back. So on this pullback or potential retest, I would say look for another potential wave down. All right. So for the most part, yeah, that's the pairs that's on my watch list for now. I'm going to see how the market opens up. There might be an early opportunity, but we'll see how things play out. And I'm gonna take the setup that I feel is the best setup for me in that time. Be sure to tap in. If you're still in the Telegram, if you're watching this in Telegram, just know time is running out. You still can get free access to the Discord, where the signals are going to continue to be called. The course, I'm going to be updating the course, adding videos to it. All you have to do is sign up for the broker. Everything will be in the bio. And, just tap in, sign up for the broker, deposit at least $200 to trade with liquid brokers under my link there in the description, and then you'll get free access. If not, I'm still going to be dropping free value and everything as well in the Telegram as well. Still posting setups, still, plan to do more videos and everything on YouTube, add more content. So y'all just stay tuned. Be sure to like, subscribe if you're new here. I appreciate the support. And man, let's have a great trading year of 2025. Bless.